Willkommen in Berlin. I'm Alexander McColl and I want to be your Bar Society president. I'm sorry I can't be there today in person to greet you all, but as you can see, I'm in Germany. Last year I was a very active member of BarSoc. I was involved in the negotiating, the legal debating, the InterVarsity moot in London and a whole series of dinners and socials throughout the year. Next year, as your BarSoc president, I will do the following. My first proposal is about developing skills. Anyone who wants to be or is interested in becoming a barrister requires a very specific skill set. BarSoc should be about exposing our members to that skill set. There are a number of ways in which this can be done. I'm going to give you 3. Firstly, I want to see us provide a number of skills workshops in public speaking, mooting, negotiating, advocacy, presenting and commercial awareness as regularly as possible and in as high a profile way as possible. The higher our profile as a society, the more members we will be able to attract across the year. Secondly, having developed these new skills, the best environment in which to hone them, even for the experienced, is a competition. I want to see all our usual competitions, the legal debating, the negotiating, the mooting, because we're good at that, we're good at competitions. I want to see these alongside some new ones. For example, public speaking and advocacy competitions are 2 very different styles of competition that most students don't get a chance to practice, but that nevertheless require a very particular set of skills. Last year, for example, at the Herbert Smith Times Advocacy Competition, a very prestigious competition in London, there was only 1 non-Oxbridge finalist out of 6. Why? Because Oxford and Cambridge practice advocacy. By widening the breadth of the skills that we offer our members, we will give them a more rounded advantage. And thirdly, anyone who has had to go through the painstaking process of applying for a mini pupillage will know how demanding it can be. Therefore, I want to hold intensive CV workshops with lecturers, tutors and the careers office around the time just before the deadlines, so that everyone knows how best to apply their skill base in order to be successful. As a society, we have already been very successful in gathering contacts. By this I mean Shami Chakrabarti, Lord Justice Kay, the BarSoc's honorary president, and of course, and monumentally, Baroness Hale, the Supreme Court Justice, who spoke here last year. Contacts are important because they help us to raise our profile and they help us to enhance what we can offer as a society. In particular, I want to build our links with 3 specific groups. The first, the alumni. We got Lord Justice Kay because he was an alumnus. I want to use the Sheffield Alumni Department to get us into contact with those Sheffield graduates who have been successful at the legal profession and are now in a position to help us to be successful. The second group, the Inns of Court. I want to create more substantial links with the Inns. They hold a number of dinners and events across the year, usually free, usually very useful networking opportunities. They've so far had a lot of success with the Inner Temple, and I want us to have the same with Middle and Lincoln and Grays. When any of them are holding an event, I want Sheffield Bar Society to be one of the first people they tell about it. And I want our members to know the differences between the Inns. I want them to know about the Inns. I want them to be informed about the Inns before they decide which one to join. And the third group is our local legal community. Situated less than a mile from where you're all sitting are the Sheffield Law Courts. And around Sheffield, there's a dozen barristers' chambers. I want to see our members in those courts and in those chambers. They're a fantastic resource for aspiring barristers, and we should be focusing on links with our local community. Lastly, speakers, trips. dinners, socials, all the things that we need to get us through our heavy workloads. We are, after all, law students. In terms of speakers, I'd like to host, obviously allowing for price, availability, bookings, etc., a minimum of 3 high-profile speakers across the year, at least. We've done this before, and it shouldn't be hard to do it again. I really want to organise a trip to the Supreme Court for as many people as possible. It truly is an impressive building and an impressive institution that I think everyone should see. And I want to have lots of socials. I love socials, alcoholic or not. They're great fun, and they don't have to be expensive, and they're a great way to recruit new members. I am certain that we should focus on developing and practicing the skills necessary for our members to progress, and on finding the contacts in the legal community to help us to provide these skills. I know that these proposals will take a lot of work and we'll need the whole committee to band together, but I'm ready for that. And I enjoy working in a team. I don't just want to implement my own ideas, but as many of the other committee members' ideas as is possible. I have a clear vision of the direction in which I want this society to go. I have the drive to implement it, and I will be an exceptional president. So vote Alexander McColl.